What's going on, people? Welcome to DIL, where you'll be learning more than just the basic DIY. And today we are replacing 2 kitchen mixer taps and repairing 1. Starting off with the repair, as this is a restaurant and they would like it repaired before they're open for business. The issue with this tap is the hot water side. Even though it's in the closed position, the hot water is constantly running, which means the cartridge needs to be replaced. I understand that it's the hot water side that has failed, but always it's good practice to replace both. After a short battle with the tap handle, it finally came off and it was time to unscrew the old cartridge out and replace it with the new one. Moving on to the cold water side, I literally had to do this on live cold water mains pressure, as it had an old isolation valve that was looking for someone to touch it so it leaks. No diddy, almost ready for this live swap now. What's the worst thing that could happen? Water splashing everywhere? And it happened. It was like a fountain in that kitchen. The old cold water cartridge fell apart within the tap, and when I put the new one in, it wouldn't screw on. So after a quick shower in that kitchen, I've managed to get the loose bits out and screw in the new cartridge into place. And we finally have it up and running. Now remember, always replace both cartridges or expect a phone call within a week or so to replace the other side. Moving on to the next job, this tap has definitely seen better days. And as for my client, they're sick and tired of collecting water in containers just to avoid damaging the kitchen units. New isolation valve as the old one is leaking, and no, I didn't touch it. And you know, for safety measures, we always isolate the cold water and the hot water when replacing a tap. Next, cut into the copper pipe to remove the tap connectors, as they will be upgraded to flexi pipe. And now we're ready to take the back nut out. The back nut is what holds the tap into the kitchen sink, and once they're out, the tap is completely free and can be lifted out, and you can see where it was leaking from. Quick trip to the shop and I'm back with a new tap. Then it was time to remove the lime scale marks, so the sink is ready for the new tap. New tap in, so is the new tap connectors. Remember, tap connectors is what holds the tap into the sink, so make sure it's nice and tight unless you want the tap to move every time you're using it. Time for the flexi pipe, and we are almost done now. Flexi tail taps on, water's back on. We're quickly testing the tap to see if it works fine, and we are doing one last test to see if it leaks from underneath. And we're out. Last tap of the day, and this job happened to be at my house. Now, if you're a tradie, you know that we don't like to work at home, or maybe in the first year or two, because you're excited about everything that you know and you learn. But then after that, you start to understand that you're not getting paid for this. So yeah, we don't do any work unless it's an emergency. But yeah, there was actually nothing wrong with my tap this time. I just happened to have a cool tap in my van, and I thought I would go for an upgrade myself. Anyways, back to the job. As you know, when you're replacing the tap, isolate the cold and the hot water.